Welcome back, guys. Mr. Hurley here. In today's video and lesson, I want to talk about something I know that you're interested in because I've talked to you about this before. I want to talk about rocks and fossils, okay? And mainly about the kind of rocks where you could find fossils, okay? Because at the end of this video, I want you to be a fossil hunter. But you have to know what kind of rocks should I look at to find fossils. Now there's 3 types of rocks, and we're gonna go over those 3 types of rocks in a minute, okay? Some of these rocks that we'll talk about are very good for fossils, all right? But many of the rocks that we'll talk about are not good for fossils. So you have to know what kind of rock you're looking for to find fossils, okay? So let's talk about the 3 types of rocks that make up our Earth to begin with, okay? We have to start there with this lesson. At the end of this lesson, like the last lesson we did and last video, okay, you guys will have a research activity that you're really going to enjoy. You guys did a great job on the last research activity, so this is going to be another research activity that you'll be working on. All right, so let's get started. Let's talk about the 3 types of rock. All right, the first type of rock I want to talk about is igneous rock. Igneous rock, okay? Now, igneous rock comes from volcanic activity, from volcanic eruptions and or lava. This is a very common rock. This is the most common rock found on Earth. And they all come from volcanic activity like you see right here. A volcanic eruption and lava flows. Those create lots of igneous rock, okay? Let's take a look at some igneous rock. All right, you see all the bubbles there? Those were air bubbles. Those were air bubbles when this was lava, okay? So this is a type of igneous rock. If you see lots of air bubbles in the rock, you know it's igneous rock. Igneous rock is not good for fossils. It's not good for fossils. You will not find fossils in igneous rock. Why not? Well, when this was lava and it flowed down a mountainside or down a volcano, it would destroy everything in its path. So if there were any animals, that might have died and could have become fossils, the lava would have destroyed what was left of the animal. So not good for fossils. So igneous rock. So you would not find fossils in igneous rock. Let's take a look at some more igneous rock. See lots of the bubbles? Okay. Those were air bubbles. Those were air bubbles when this was actual lava. Then it cooled and became a rock, and you could still see the bubbles. Not good for fossils. Here's another type of igneous rock. This is called obsidian. You might have heard of that before. Obsidian. Now it is good for something, okay? It's very good for something. If you remember back on our artifacts video, obsidian is excellent for arrowheads, and the Native Americans would utilize this type of rock a lot to make very sharp arrowheads, knives, and other tools. So very good for arrowheads and tools, not good for fossils. Obsidian. Okay. So that's igneous rock. Here's another type of rock. Metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock. Okay? Sounds like metamorphosis. And a metamorphosis, that means a change. Okay? Like a butterfly goes through a metamorphosis. It changes from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Okay? So metamorphosis means change. Metamorphic rock goes through a change. So it's one type of rock, then it changes for certain reasons, and I'm going to tell you about those. It changes and then becomes metamorphic rock. Okay? What causes these changes? What causes these changes to change one type of rock, say igneous rock? What can change it to metamorphic rock? Well, there's two things that could change rock into metamorphic rock. One thing is pressure underneath the Earth's surface, or a combination of pressure and heat and pressure, pressure and heat causes rocks to change. Intense pressure, intense heat causes rock to change, and then it will change into metamorphic rock. Not good for fossils. Metamorphic rock is also not good for fossils. Why? Well, with all this pressure and heat, okay, any kind of animal that might have been able to turn into a fossil was destroyed. Here's some metamorphic rock that you could look at. Okay, just very solid, not good for fossils. Metamorphic rock created by pressure and heat, not good for fossils though. Okay, so you might be asking, Mr. Hurley, what rock is good for fossils then? What kind of rock is this where you see the fossils? Well, let me tell you. Rock that is good for fossils is called sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock. This is where you will find fossils. So if you know a place, okay, and you can research a place that has lots of sedimentary rock, you have a good chance of discovering your own fossils. Okay? So you would have to research the area and find out what kind of rock is found in that area. All right? So let's take a look at some sedimentary rock. Now this is how sedimentary rock is made. Sedimentary rock is made by layers and layers of sand or sediment. Layers and layers. A layer gets laid down, then an animal might die, and then another layer of sand or sediment is pressed down, and the fossil is created in those layers. Okay, types of sedimentary rock that are really good for fossils. Sandstone. Sandstone, okay? It's very soft, has lots of layers, and it's very good for fossils, okay? You could even break this open with your fingers and look for fossils inside. I've already done that, and there's no fossils in this sedimentary rock here. But this is sandstone, okay? If you find this kind of rock, you know you have a good chance of discovering some fossils of your own. And it's very exciting to do and very fun, okay? All right. Now, other types of sedimentary rock could be something called limestone. Okay, limestone is very good for fossils as well. I don't have any examples of limestone here, but you could research limestone online to see what it looks like. Okay, let me show you some other pictures of some sedimentary rock, and you can see how it's layered. You can see the layers, and if you see those layers and different colors, because the sediments, the sand, might have been different colors when it was laid down in a river or a stream maybe, then you know you have sedimentary rock. So let's take a look at some more pictures of some sedimentary rock. Okay, canyon, sedimentary rock. Now if you look closely, you could see the layers. You can see the layers of rock, and you can see the different colors. Okay, so this canyon would be a good place to look for fossils because I'm seeing lots of different colors. I'm seeing lots of different layers. then I know sedimentary rock. I could find fossils here. Let's take a look at another picture. All right, this is a mesa in the desert. Can you see the layers? I could see the layers of rock. So definitely sedimentary rock there. Okay, so in a place like this, if you could handle the heat, you could find good fossils. Okay, so those are our three types of rock. Igneous, coming from volcanic eruptions. Metamorphic rock, coming from heat and pressure. All right, and then we have sedimentary rock, which is the rock that you could find fossils in. Okay, so don't waste your time. If you're in an area and you know it's all igneous rock, don't waste your time looking for fossils. Just enjoy the scenery. Okay, or if it's all metamorphic rock, don't waste your time. Not good for fossils. But if you find a place that has lots of sedimentary rock, lots of sandstone or lots of limestone, you could look for fossils there, and you might be successful. Good chance you would be if you have a good eye, and I know you guys do. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I want to present some of these fossils to you. Now, some of these fossils I found on my own by looking and discovering fossils in sedimentary rock. Some of these other fossils I purchased, I bought them, okay, from rock stores and places like that. Okay, let's start off with some of the fossils that I found in sedimentary rock, okay? All right, let's start off with this one. Shark tooth. Can you see the shark tooth? Okay. All right, now look at the rock around it. The rock around it is all sedimentary rock. Looks like sandstone. It's a little harder than sandstone, but it's definitely a type of sandstone. Okay, so we have a prehistoric shark tooth. Okay, and I found this quite a while ago. But let me tell you, not all prehistoric sharks were megalodons. All right, I'm sure you guys have heard of the giant megalodon. You might have seen a movie about megalodons. They were huge. Their teeth were huge. But not all prehistoric sharks were megalodons. As you could see, this shark was not that big. The tooth is not very big. This is the size of a shark tooth of a shark that you would find living today. But it's a nice fossil, and it's found in sedimentary rock. Okay, let's keep going. All right, this one's really nice. Take a look at this guy. All right, you kind of see the fossil here and another one here. That's an animal. That is an animal called a trilobite. Okay, a trilobite. Let me show you the picture of the word trilobite. All right, now this kind of rock here, it's like a dark color. This kind of rock here is called shale. Shale is a type of sedimentary rock that you could find fossils in. All right, take a look at the trilobite. What kind of animal was that? Looks kind of flat. Let me tell you, a trilobite was an ocean animal. Okay, a trilobite lived in the ocean millions and millions of years ago. It doesn't exist anymore, it's extinct. But we could find animals today that resemble a trilobite. If you go and you look at certain types of crabs that are living today on our beaches, on our shores, they look similar to a trilobite. Okay, so a trilobite was a crab-like animal that lived on the bottom of the ocean on top of sand. So there's lots of fossils of trilobites because they lived on top of sand. And then when they died, they got covered by more sand, and the fossil would occur there in sedimentary rock. Okay, if you want to learn more about trilobites, go ahead and check them out online. It's an interesting animal. All right, the closest cousin, or probably a cousin, of a trilobite today would be what we call a horseshoe crab. Okay, and you could look at a picture of a horseshoe crab online, and you could kind of see the resemblance to a trilobite. All right, trilobite. Cool animal. All right, let's keep going. Some more fossils for you guys to look at. How about this one right here? Okay, that looks interesting. What is that? Well, let me tell you. That is called a sea lily. A sea lily. Let me show you closer. Okay. Kind of looks like a plant, but it's not. It's an animal. It's an animal. All right? Similar to maybe a sea anemone today. But let me show you the name. That is a prehistoric sea lily. All right? So this is like the trilobite. This was an ocean animal. And it would grow on the bottom of the ocean. It would grow out of a rock. It would attach itself to a rock. And it would, and it would grow from that rock. Sea lily, okay? I found this in a river a long time ago. Nice fossil, okay? All right, let's keep on going. I know you guys are enjoying these fossils. And you're probably thinking, look at all those teeth. Those teeth are huge. Yeah, we could learn a lot from just looking at those teeth, okay? I see a bunch of teeth there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. Big teeth. All right, so we could probably figure out that this dinosaur, and this was a dinosaur, okay? This dinosaur was called Mosasaurus. A Mosasaurus. And if you're a fan of the Jurassic Park movies, you saw one of these, okay? This was the giant sea dinosaur that was swimming and attacking other dinosaurs in the ocean. But this animal was huge. This dinosaur was huge. Look how big those teeth are. So we could determine, just by looking at that this was a predatory dinosaur. This was a dinosaur that hunted, okay? This was a hunting dinosaur, not a plant eater. This was a meat eater, all right? The sea lily, definitely a plant eater. This was a filter feeder, okay? The way that this animal would feed or eat would be to filter seawater into its body and then kind of filter out small little organisms out of the water to survive. Now, we still have animals today that do that. Both of these animals are extinct. Now, there's animals today that resemble the sea lily. Like I told you, maybe a sea anemone would be this animal's distant cousin today, okay? So sea lily, Mosasaurus, okay? Giant sea dinosaur. Wouldn't want to be swimming around with this guy around, okay? The Mosasaurus was so big, he would eat, with no problem, he would eat sharks. Hunt sharks. This guy would hunt sharks and eat them, okay? Probably megalodons. He was able to eat a megalodon too, without a problem, okay? So this was a fierce, predatory dinosaur. Pretty cool. If you're still interested in the Mosasaurus, check them out online. This is how you spell the word. Mosasaurus. And you've probably seen them in the Jurassic Park movies, if you watch those movies. Okay. All right. Really quick, I want to show you a couple more fossils that you might be interested in. All right. We have a prehistoric fish. This was a freshwater fish, not a saltwater fish. So this was a fish that lived in a lake millions and millions of years ago. Notice the sedimentary rock. It's flat. It has layers. Okay? So we have a prehistoric fish, freshwater, not ocean, freshwater, that lived millions of years ago. Embedded, the fossil was created because we have sedimentary rock here. Okay? Cool fish. All right, we have a couple more. Now, Fossils could be also of plants. Plants are living things just like animals and dinosaurs. So you could find plant fossils. Plant fossils are very cool. Okay, I don't have a lot of plant fossils, but I really like them. I do have one, though, that you might be interested in. Okay? Take a look at it. What does it look like? What kind of plant is that? That is weird, Mr. Hurley. What kind of plant would that be? Take a guess. Take a look at it again. Yeah. This was wood. This is petrified wood. So this was actually a part of a tree that was living millions and millions of years ago. And when wood becomes petrified, it basically turns over millions and millions of years, and with certain minerals need to be present in the soil, the wood turns from wood to rock. It is petrified. So if you feel this, it's very hard like a rock. But millions of years ago, this was part of a tree. This was living. This was living millions of years ago. This is petrified wood. You could find petrified wood too, but you won't find it in sedimentary rock. You'll just find it probably laying on the surface. Okay? Petrified wood. All right. And then our last fossil in sedimentary rock. Take a look at that one. I found this one recently camping. But this is a shell. This is a scallop shell. Okay? This is a scallop shell. You can see two of them. All right? There's one here, one down here. So you can kind of see what the shell looks like from the rock. All right? And I was looking around in some sedimentary rock, and I broke this one in half, and it appeared. Sometimes you could break rocks, and you find the fossil inside the rock. Okay? So this is a fossil of a prehistoric scallop. Okay, now we still have scallops today. This animal is not extinct. Okay, this animal is not extinct. We still have scallops today, and we still eat those today. Humans been eating scallops for thousands of years, and we still eat those. They're actually pretty tasty with some butter. Give them a try sometime. Okay. So I hope you learned a little bit about fossils, and particularly the types of rocks that you could find fossils in. All right, now let's talk about your assignment, guys. This is your research assignment. You guys did so good on the artifact assignment that we're going to do a research assignment where you're going to research and learn about your own prehistoric animal or prehistoric dinosaur. You get to choose. You get to choose. You could choose any prehistoric animal, or you could choose any dinosaur. Because I know some of you guys are expert dinosaur experts. So you want to pick your own dinosaur, right? But if you wanted to, you could use one of these. You could pick the Mosasaurus. This guy right here with the big teeth. You could pick that guy, the Mosasaurus, as your dinosaur that you want to write about. Okay? Or you could pick, you might like the sea lily. You could pick the prehistoric sea lily, okay, as your topic for your writing and your investigation, your research. All right? There's the sea lily. Or maybe you like the Trilobite. Okay? Cool little crab guy there. All right? Maybe you like the Trilobite. Maybe you want to learn more about the Trilobite. All right? Trilobite. You could pick the Trilobite for your writing. All right? But, like I said, if you want to pick your own dinosaur or own prehistoric animal or plant, okay? If you want to do a prehistoric plant, go for it. Okay? You're going to pick your own. Then you're going to research it, just like you guys did on the artifact lesson. You're going to research a little bit. So you're going to Google it, okay? You're going to read about it. You're going to learn about your dinosaur, and you're going to learn about your prehistoric animal or plant, okay? Then you're going to write about it. You guys are becoming good writers. We have to practice our writing. All right. So this is what you're going to need when you do your writing. We're going to stick to the 5 W's. Okay? Now remember, with the 5 W's, you could cover a lot of information. And that's what we're going to use to help us with this research writing assignment. Okay? All right. So like all the time, you need to start with a topic sentence. You guys might be tired of me saying topic sentence, but we have to use a topic sentence to begin your writing. So, what do I need in my topic sentence? Well, nothing too complicated. Just tell me what dinosaur or prehistoric animal you'll be writing about. Just introduce your dinosaur or introduce the name of your prehistoric animal or plant. Pretty basic. Okay? Tell the reader, and I'll be the reader. All right? Tell the reader what you're going to write about. Your topic sentence. What is your dinosaur? Okay? That you're going to write about. What is your prehistoric animal that you're going to write about? Okay? So that's your topic sentence. All right. And then we're going to go into the 5 W's to help out with your research and writing. So here are the 5 W's that we're going to use. Where did your prehistoric animal or dinosaur live? Where did your prehistoric animal or dinosaur live? Where did it live? Did it live in the ocean? Did it live in a lake, fresh water? All right? Or did it live in a forest? Okay? Talk about where it lived. Research where it lived. Okay? That information should be out there. Did your prehistoric animal or dinosaur live in the forest, in the jungle? All right? We know about these things. Scientists have researched and discovered these fossils, and they know where these animals lived. Did the animal live in the mountains? Did the prehistoric dinosaur live in the jungle? Did it live in the ocean, like the sea lily? Okay? So that's our where question. How about when? Here we go. When did your prehistoric animal or dinosaur live? When? How long ago did it live? When did it live? What period of Earth's history did it live in? Did it live in the Jurassic period, maybe? Try to research that, okay? There's information out there that will tell you when your prehistoric animal or dinosaur lived, okay? How long ago was it alive? Millions, I'm sure millions, but find out when your prehistoric animal or dinosaur lived, okay? Try to find the period. Maybe it was the Jurassic period, like I said. So there's our when. Let's keep going. We gotta have a what question, right? We gotta have a what question. What did your prehistoric animal or dinosaur eat? What did it eat? Was it a meat eater? Like this dinosaur. Was it a filter feeder? Okay, like the sea lily. Okay? Or was it a plant eater? Was it a herbivore dinosaur? Okay? And try to figure out what it ate. What kind of plants did that dinosaur eat? What kind of animals did that dinosaur hunt? Research that. That is very interesting. Okay, we have a who question. This who question might be kind of tricky though. All right? If you're not able to find this out, that's okay. But you might be able to, and I would like you to try. Okay, so who? All right, well, people weren't around back then, so why are we talking about who? Why are we talking about people? Well, we have scientists today. So, who was the person to first discover your prehistoric animal or dinosaur? Who was the person? Who was the person who first discovered the Mosasaurus? Who was the person to first discover and name the sea lily? Okay, there's scientists out there who were the first to discover and name, and sometimes they get to name them too. But there's scientists out there that have discovered these animals for the first time and they named them. Okay, so if you're able to find this information out, that would be great. Who was the first person to discover your prehistoric animal or dinosaur. Okay? Probably a paleontologist, right? Very interesting. Okay, and then our last question, this is going to be your why question. Okay, and this is going to be your closing. We always have to have a closing for a good paper. So this is our closing. It's a why question. All right? And you don't have to research this. This is why this is one so cool. You don't have to research this one. Okay? Why did you choose this prehistoric animal or dinosaur? Why did you pick the Trilobite? Why did you pick the sea lily? Why did you pick the T-Rex? And I know some of you guys are going to pick the T-Rex, right? The king of the dinosaurs. So why did you pick or choose the prehistoric animal or dinosaur that you're writing about? That will be your closing. Okay. So, I hope you guys get interested in fossils. If you follow these tips, you could become a fossil hunter too in that sedimentary rock. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay? We're going to be working on this paper pretty soon. I'll see you next time. My next video, guys, we're going to make. Everyone's going to make their own fossil. I'm going to show you guys how to make a fossil. Okay? It's going to be fun. Thanks, guys. See you next time.